Hey everybody, Cinephile Mike here, and we are in Season 4 of Award Season Reviews. We're counting down to the 98th Academy Awards with 98 reviews in 98 days. If you don't want to miss a single one, you know what you have to do. Make sure you click that subscribe button so you get everything coming your way. We are in our 6th theme week, coming off the Golden Globes. Before we get to some other awards later this season, I just wanted to extend that energy. It's International Week where I am looking at 7 films not in the English language, and I have to say, there's not a bad one in the batch this week. Today, I am talking about the film that I'm almost positive, because it's only been about 48 hours, that is still being celebrated in its home country of Brazil. I'm talking about The Secret Agent. Written and directed by Kleber Mendonça Filho, the film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival last May before taking award season by storm. Set in 1977 against the backdrop of Brazil's military dictatorship, The Secret Agent unfolds in Recife during the chaos and color of Carnival. Armando, played by an impressive Wagner Moura, a former professor living under an alias, arrives in the city seeking refuge and is taken in by Doña Sebastiana, played by Tania Maria, who shelters him alongside other political exiles and displaced individuals. Now, as the streets fill with celebration, the tension simmers not far beneath the surface, shaped by fear, surveillance, and that unspoken threat of violence. Meanwhile, Armando's young son, Fernando, played by Enzo Nunez, is being raised by his grandfather, Alexandre, played by Carlos Francisco, a projectionist at a local movie theater who's unaware of the danger surrounding his absent father. The city's unrest grows when corrupt police chief Euclides, a delightful Roberto Diogenes, becomes involved in a bizarre and unsettling case involving a severed human leg found inside of a shark. While Euclides publicly positions himself as a protector, his arrogance and cruelty reveal something far more sinister, especially in his treatment of those that he views as disposable. And at the same time, forces outside Recife are closing in on Armando as hired hitmen and local intermediaries are tasked with finding and silencing him. Rumors, misinformation, and acts of violence spread rapidly through the city, blurring the line between truth and propaganda during a week meant for celebration. And as Armando prepares to flee once more, the film builds towards a convergence of personal history and political brutality, and before we know it, we're going to have a time jump where a history student named Flavia, played by Laura Lufesi, researches some of these resistant movements, and that leads her to meet with some people who were around back then, and we see how this has all played out. Here's what not immediately, but eventually stood out to me is how immersive The Secret Agent, it is. It feels like a recreation of the 1970s. From Thales Junqueira's production design to Rita Azevedo's costume work, the film it's meticulous in its attention to detail, making Recife feel alive and lived in. Evgenia Alexandrova's cinematography plays a huge role here as well. There's something in the texture and movement of the camera that almost makes you forget that you're watching a modern film. It genuinely feels like you've stepped into another time, which only deepens the sense of unease as the story unfolds. Wagner Moura, look, there's a reason he took that Best Actor award at the Golden Globes. He delivers what I honestly think is a career best performance here, or maybe 2. I don't want to say any more than that. He brings a very quiet authenticity to Armando, using expressive eyes and subtle shifts in body language to convey both vulnerability and guarded suspicion. You sympathize with him deeply, but you're also never fully at ease, which is exactly what a role like this demands. The supporting cast is just as strong, especially Roberto Diogenes as Euclides, the corrupt cop who feels less like a bureaucrat and more like a crime boss, flanked by his sons as enforcers. And, Udo Kier, in what would be his final performance, he is quietly devastating as Hans, a small role that carries such an enormous emotional weight. Oh, love it. Sorry. Structurally, this film, it unfolds like a puzzle. Just when you think you have your footing, it reveals something new, recontextualizing what you thought you understood. The third act shift in time, it's almost jarring at first, but instead of pulling you out, it draws you back even deeper. Director Kleber Mendonça Filho, he frames this as a political thriller filtered through the lens of a grindhouse exploitation film of the era. Tense, strange, and gripping. It's a film that demands your full attention, rewarding close viewing and absolutely warranting more than one watch, especially given how much of its political unrest still, unfortunately, echoes today. Now, let's talk box office and awards. As of this recording and posting, the film has made so far $2,182,393 domestically and $2,447,311 internationally, for a worldwide take of $4,629,704. Critically, the film is a near perfect 99% on the tomato meter from 151 reviews, with a little bit of a lower popcorn meter of 82% from over 250 audience reviews. Award season-wise, taking home 4 of 5 prizes from Cannes, the Fapreschi Competition Prize, the AFCAE Award, Best Actor for Moura and Best Director for Filho, as well as the 5th one, which it didn't take. It was a Palme d'Or nominee. Again, Moura won Best Actor in a Drama, and the film won Best Non-English Language Film at the Golden Globes the other night. The film won Best Foreign Language Film at the Critics' Choice Awards. We're not going to talk about how they gave that award out on the carpet. The critics also nominated Moura. Moura won the Acting Achievement Award from the Astra Awards, which also nominated him for Best Actor in a Drama and the film for Best International Feature. It was named one of the top 5 international films of the year by the National Board of Review, and with honors from dozens of festivals and critic circles, it's still competing for Best International Film at the Independent Spirit Awards. Now for the Oscars, there are chances. It is shortlisted for Best International Film. I think a nod there is locked. It's also shortlisted for casting, which I think would be a worthy one for this to land. I also believe that Moura is a strong contender for Best Actor, Filho for Best Adapted Screenplay, and if I had my way, cinematography, production design, which are stunning, but those fields may be very tight. Try not to original screenplay. Where do I fall? Well, look, International Week, very strong this year. And this film, and I had to rewatch parts of it, this is an absolutely stunning 5-star film that warrants a rewatch from me. And I totally intend to head back to theaters, which is where The Secret Agent is playing. There's no streaming information or rentals available as of yet. All right. Well, that was episode 37 of Award Season Review Season 4. We're going to be doing this every day for the next 62 days, so stay with me. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, drop your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me everywhere on social platforms, on Letterboxd, and of course, head over to cinephilemike.com for even more reviews and movie goodies. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with the next review, but until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.